Hello and welcome to the fourth episode of Mixing Essentials. In this episode, we'll discuss how to apply compression and limiting. So why would you use compression and limiting? With both effects, you control the dynamics or levels of a sound. They reduce the dynamic range, minimizing the difference between the softer and louder parts. This can help an element sit more stable in the mix and also create more coherence between sounds. There are a couple of basic compressor controls, or parameters. Threshold. This sets the level beyond which the compressor starts working. Ratio. This is the amount of compression that's applied when exceeding the threshold. A ratio of 1:1 means no gain reduction is applied. A ratio of 2:1 means the level after compression is halved, and so on. Attack. The time it takes for the signal to become fully compressed after exceeding the threshold. Release. The time it takes for the compressed signal to return to its uncompressed level. Knee. This controls the shape of the gain reduction curve. A soft knee creates a smoother and more gradual compression than a hard knee. And finally, makeup gain. This boosts the overall level after compression. This is often needed because the compressor has reduced the peak levels, causing a drop in gain. Let's listen to an example. What we can do is compress the drum bus, which contains all the drums. This will tame the dynamics so the drums won't stick out too much in the drop, and also glue the elements of the drum kit together to create more unity between them. Let's listen to it again with compression. There are a lot of different models of compressors which all have their own distinctive sound. We've made an article on these types, so if you want to learn more about different compressor types, check the link in the description. Another technique that's often used in electronic music is sidechain compression. This compresses a track by using the audio information of another track as input for the compressor. For example, a piano that is sidechained by a kick. Let's have a listen. First, without the sidechain compression. And now with the sidechain compression. As you can hear, the pianos and synths are ducked down every time the kick plays, creating more room for the kick to stand out, and also generating a pumping effect on the piano and synth parts. To learn how to set up sidechain compression in your DAW, check the link in the description to our article. Now for limiting. A limiter is a compressor with an infinite ratio. It makes sure the sound doesn't exceed a certain level. Limiting is often used to make tracks loud and upfront. Remember that a sound will pretty much lose its dynamics, so be careful when applying it. Yet, it's an often used trick on vocals in pop songs to make the singer appear very upfront. Let's listen to an example. As you can hear, the levels of the vocal chops are quite balanced because of the compression that has been applied, but they are still buried a bit in the mix now. If we insert a limiter on the vocal chops bus and gain up the input, we can bring them more to the front. Let's hear that again. First, without the limiter. Now with the limiter. In the next video, we'll discuss how to create space and depth in a mix. Subscribe and hit the bell button to make sure you don't miss a mixing essential. And if you want to learn more in-depth mixing techniques, sign up for one of our music production courses.